Next up, we have exec over method sublimation I wasa sos yehar from the R Tonelico 2 soundtrack. Once again, everybody, this is a Basterd's LFA, a layman-friendly analysis. I'm a professionally trained musician, a composer, and my objective here is to explain things in a way so that you don't have to be one to understand what is happening here musically. So if you like the sound of that, make sure you're following the channel, subscribe to the channel, whatever term we want to use. Like the video, share the video, leave a comment, turn on notifications, become a member. Once again, everybody, members get early access. Artists, I want to collaborate with you in all senses. I can provide guitars, Mongolian throat singing, you know, the good old kind of thing, all that kind of stuff. I have a whole spiel for that at the end of the video, so stick around for that. Otherwise, disclaimers showing on your screen right now, so go ahead and pause the video if you want to read them in full. Otherwise, let's go ahead and get started. Once I thank you for the follow, by the way. Welcome to the mosh pit. Welcome today. Let's do this. Method sublimation. Let's go. Okay, so we start with a very vague, I did get an explanation. This is, I think, Act 3 out of 4 of a series of songs. And this one, we're starting with what sounds like very ominous, right? Like we have a very distant sound of a drum. Then we're having some pedal notes being held. Pedal notes or pedal tones is basically a note that is held. So we're having that, we're having some synths doing that, we're having some distant vocals just singing some very vague melodies. Let's see where it goes. God damn it, let's... So yeah, some bells here and there, percussion here and there. The sound of like maybe weapons clashing in the distance. Alright, there we go. Ooh. And we start with doing odd time signatures as a rhythmic motif. Motif being the smallest version of your musical idea, the seed, the essence from which everything else comes from, usually in the melody, and whenever it happens rhythmically, you end up with a rhythmic motif. And now we are doing... Okay, good, nice. And now we are doing odd time signatures. So, for that I'm going to explain the concept of time signatures, right? So when you have music, you have 3 elements. Melody, harmony, rhythm. Melody is your individual horizontal lines of music. Harmony is what chords you're using, scales, that kind of stuff. And rhythm is time. How fast or slow things happen, when they happen, beat, that kind of stuff. Rhythm is then subdivided into bars or measures, which are then determined by a time signature. Your time signature is going to be 2 numbers. Upper number, lower number. Upper number is going to be the number of beats. Lower number is going to be the type of beats that you're going to have your metronome do this for. The metronome is just what keeps the time signature, right? In English, it's pretty easy to remember the lower numbers. Whole notes are represented by number 1. Half notes by number 2, quarter notes by number 4, eighth notes by number 8, 16th notes by number 16, so on and so forth. One whole note contains 2 half notes, one half note contains 2 quarter notes, one quarter note contains 2 eighth notes, so on and so forth. There is one difference though. Quarter notes and above are counted one way, eighth notes and below are counted a different way. So in this case, 4/4 would be 4 quarter notes, which you would then have on your metronome counted each individual quarter note as each beat. So 1 through 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Very simple. Now, once you start getting through eighth notes and smaller, you have to start engaging in subdivisions, which is you group them together and the feeling of the counting becomes smaller. So for example, let's say the feeling of the 6/8 bar. So that would be 6 eighth notes in a bar. 4, 5, 6, and the way you would group them into groups of 3. Because of the nature of the 6/8, this is common practice, and instead of counting them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, you would then give more of a focus to 1 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You get that like dancing method. However, odd time signatures is when you start getting into more odd numbers, usually in the eighth notes. And in this case, what we are doing is we are basing the notes, the signatures on the syllables that we are using. So in this case, we are changing these around. So cowarero, that is 4. So that would be 4 over 8. Then koware would be 3 over 8, which we could sum into 7. Then koware is another 3, 8. And then koware te yuke, which is 6 over 8. So we are going, and as I said, you subdivide them, right? So in this case, 4 over 8, you would do as 2 groups of 2. Then 3 over 8 would be a single group of 3, same as the following group of 3. And Yogart, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the mosh pit. And then 6, 8. So we would be counting these. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Let's hear it. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3. So we're having that quick moment of odd time signatures, and we bring this down. Now we take a break here, and let's see where this goes. We bring a solo violin. Engaging in a quick solo. Very, very high, very screechy, very aggressive. Let's see where this goes. So yes, when you're making, we have a violin solo going on over here. When you're making music, you need to keep a very careful balance between what is familiar and what is new. Too much familiarity, too much of the same thing, too much repetition, you risk boring the listener, they tune out. Too much new material too quickly, you risk overwhelming the listener, they tune out. However, there is one universal exception to this rule, which is solos. Any solo of any instrument, as long as it sounds cool enough and as long as it fits enough in what you're doing, you can get away with pretty much anything. So right now we are having this insane violin solo fitting the very unstable nature of this piece by giving us a very, very unstable sounding melody. We're going all over the place. Let's see where it goes. Very aggressive. 1, 2, 1. And it seems like, and now we are engaging in polyrhythms. We are having the 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're having this part going on, and higher up, we are having a slower rhythm, giving us a little bit of counterpoint. Let's make this. Back we go. And now we are having the strings following a similar rhythm to what this other thing was doing, except we're not doing all of the individual eighth notes, we're just doing the individual accents. So accents in music, let me just get rid of all this. Accents in music are for accentuation. You are highlighting specific points in the rhythm. In this case, we are giving a more summarized version of the beat that we were just doing. Let's see where this goes. So now we bring in these melodies, singing similarly, in a similar rhythm, adjusting to these changes in measures. Now we're stabilizing the rhythm a little bit more, going an insane melody. The melody is somewhat resembling what the violin was doing, so the motif is there. We're just getting a lot of change very, very fast. Let's see where it goes. We change this completely. We bring in some cymbals to give us those accents, and we are just going completely insane over here. This is a lot of changes going on over here, so we're probably going to be revisiting some of this material a little bit later, but we basically slow things down and just let the singers do their thing. Let's see what this. Alright, we tone things down, giving this new melody. Some of the drums down in the back. This is very rhythmically complex. This is a very, very complex thing to do rhythmically, because now we don't have a beat in front of us, but we are still having those changes in measure happening. So it feels very suspended, the way that everything is happening. This is insane. Let's see where it goes. And now we're bringing in some more counterpoint. So these are not entirely aligned. Some of these are a little bit displaced rhythmically speaking, which is giving us like this really, really cool sense of a canon. It could even be a canon. So in music, a canon is a piece of music that repeats itself, that creates layers. The most famous canon that exists right now is the nursery rhyme, row, row, row your boat. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. You can have up to 4 layers of that going. How does that work? You can get 4 of your friends to do this, or 3 of your friends to do this. So, the first person starts singing. Row, row, row your boat. When the first person starts singing gently down the stream, the second person starts from the top. And the first person, and you just keep singing it over and over and over and over again. When the second person starts gently down the stream, the third person starts from the top. When the third person starts gently down the stream, the fourth person starts from the top. And you get a very, very beautiful 4-part canon with, I think it's canon into the unison, I think it's called. And we're having something like that going on over here between these vocal lines. They're just to the unison and they're repeated just a couple of beats afterwards, giving us this really, really cool sensation of echo on top of this insane rhythm that we're getting. The rhythm is still there, which is why the song doesn't really feel disjointed or anything like that. Let's see where it goes. There we go. We bring back... Oh my god, this is a rondo. So when it comes to music, you have, especially instrumental music, in this case, this isn't that much a song as it is a piece with a lot of other parts going, right? So in this kind of case, we have form for instrumental music. Form is just a structure of your piece, right? And the structure is then going to be determined by your motifs and everything, and you're just going to be coming up with the different letters for the different variations. There is one in particular that is the rondo. Rondo is to go around, and the way it works is that you have section A, then you go to section B, then you go back to section A, you go to section C, then section A, D, A, and you can make variations, right? Like variation of section A, you would put an apostrophe, and it would be called a prime. Then if you want to do a second variation, a double prime. So you can still do variations. Right now, we had a little bit of an intro at the start, then we started section A. This is our section A for the rondo, and we are going back and forth, introducing new material, then back, new material, back, new material, back. Insane stuff. Let's see where it goes. And the variation here is that we're having that nasal resonance very at the top. And... off the ramp we go again. So off the ramp being, of course, a colloquial term that I use. Colloquial, by that I mean there's no official academic definition for this, or at least I'm not using it for the sake of simplicity. And off the ramp is what I call a transition. It can be as short as a couple of beats, it can be as long as an entire section, as it has been over here in the past, and the point of it is to make your listener feel suspended up in the air at the mercy of inertia, waiting to see where you land. How do you do that? Remove the drums. Maybe the bass as well. We removed the drums here, we removed the rhythms in general, and now we're just having this pedal note holding. Let's see where it goes. Okay, we bring a synth there. And, Vita, damn, that's insane. Go to sleep. So yeah, we're having some resemblance of that rhythm motif. We're slowly building. We bring this new version. And we're having the violin playing a solo on top of these. We're having these almost whispered. We're having these almost whispered while the violin is having a solo on top of that. This is really cool. So we are still keeping variations on those rhythmic motifs while we are having the violin now play a solo. Risky move, because that's a lot of material to go at the same time. However, given the decrease in intensity, we're getting away with it. So yeah, let's see. It's really good, yeah. Very beautiful melodies. Ooh, and now we're having the violins. We're having violins, multiple doubling the vocals that are doing right now. Doubling is when you have more than one instrument playing the same thing at the same time. And these are some tight rhythms. This is very difficult to perform. Very, very impressive. Let's see where it goes. Damn. Nice. A little bit of counterpoint there. We're bringing in the drums again. Oh, violin solo using a call and response. Call and response being a musical conversation. You can hear it. The vocals are doing the call, and then the violin is doing the response, musical conversation. Let's see where it goes. Ooh. We bring in more of that rhythm. And basically we're having this really cool moment of just reciting this. It's really cool. Violin guy, sore? Nah, violin players, like professional violin players can do this and more. Like, don't forget, like a bunch of professional violin players, like we're talking orchestra level of violin players, session players, people that, like, maybe that did these. These people are trained to perform with an orchestra. We're talking they are prepared to do this for 3 hours straight. Yeah. Yeah, no, being a professional musician of this caliber, you need to be in peak form. It's not just about talent, it's not just about skill, it's about being in form and in shape. You need to be able to withstand playing these things. Really cool. Let's see where it goes. Alright, we have a little bit of resemblance to part A. So the violins now are doing the rhythm of section A while we are having these other ones giving us a little bit of counterpoint, doing a flying melody. Flying melody being another colloquial term that I use. This one is a lot easier to introduce, right? So you're having the rhythmic section, the basses doing their thing, the chords doing that kind of stuff, and then at the top you're having a slower, simpler melody flying above the landscape that you've created. I always give two examples if you want to hear other examples of this. One of them is the song Roxanne from the musical Moulin Rouge. And then the other one being Good to Be King from Journey to Bethlehem. Roxanne, there is a version with Ewan McGregor singing the lead voice, the climax of it, flying melody. Good to Be King, sung by Antonio Banderas. And it's the chorus of the song. That is a flying melody. Absolutely wild, absolutely beautiful kind of thing. And right now we're having a flying melody on top of the new variation of A. Let's see where this goes. Really cool, very subtle. We're having the percussion on the lower end of the strings doing this, while we're having these vocals doing this. Man, this is really cool. We're slowly escalating. And there we go. We bring back section A. Oh, this is really cool. Violin says, welcome today. How you doing? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2. All right, and now we are in outro territory where we are just keeping the same rhythms and we are just highlighting, doing accents. Is the co-editor part throat singing? It's a type of throat singing, I would say. Like, it's a very raw type of throat singing. Like, it's not as pronounced as the type that I would do, but it's very much at the bottom. Like, for example, there is this band Moon Sorrow that I listen to a lot, and they have a part that has this kind of like chanting, almost to the Viking part, where you're basically just doing the left throat by like this kind of stuff. Like the song that I like, I forget the name, but it has this really cool chant, right? Like Masta sabe atai valta tu katulesta urit poltetun man meresta lotai valta pisara tulen hengen rahoitaman. That kind of thing, and it just repeats over and over. It's a similar technique, of course, this one being the Finnish version, like the Nordic countries version of this. This one that we're hearing over here would be the Japanese version. Really, really cool. Let's see where this goes. And... oh, no. And we faded out! No! Okay, so we ended with a fade out. Probably this just loops in the game and then gets interrupted by something else. So, yeah, it has a fade out. That's a shame, but I guess it just loops in the game and then it switches over when it's interrupted by the next section. So there you go. Still a very, very interesting piece. So it's boss phases. Okay, so it does get interrupted by the following phase, and it just keeps looping over and over, which is a very good format for a rondo. It's really good for a rondo format. So there you go. That was Exec over Method Sublimation from the Tonelico 2 soundtrack. That was still really cool. Once again, everybody, this has been a Basterd's LFA, a layman-friendly analysis. I'm a professionally trained musician and composer, and my objective here has been to explain things in a way so that you don't have to be one to understand what has happened here musically. So, if you're watching this on the YouTube video archive thing, thank you for watching. Make sure you're following the channel, subscribe to the channel, whatever term you want to use. Like the video, share the video, leave a comment, turn on notifications, become a member. Once again, everybody, if we somehow hit 10,000 subscribers on YouTube before Christmas of 2025, I will take a single fan fiction of the choice of the community, and I will fully produce, record, and voice act an audiobook for it. We have a member who also offered to do a Discord Nitro giveaway. We might do like game giveaways, that kind of stuff as well. If you want to contribute to the hype, or if you have any other ideas for building hype for this, just let me know. We'll make as much of his work out as possible. This has to be achieved through legitimate and honest means only. No account duping, no botting, no buying followers, no alt accounts, no rat behaviors like that. Go share the videos, the streams with your friends, with your families, with your family's friends, with your friends' families. Those are two very distinct concepts, by the way. Do your online and offline communities. Use the hype function on YouTube. I don't know how it works, but we have a grip on the Discord that does, so link down below. Go coordinate with them. Artists on YouTube and otherwise, I want to collaborate. I want to provide my skills as a musician. So if you're a musician and you want some guitars or some Mongolian throat singing, you know, the good old kind of thing, or voice acting or singing, or you want help figuring out something for composition, just let me know. We'll make it work out as much as we can. And if you're in the audience and you know any artists that could benefit from it, let them know. Please do not harass anyone. Please do not spam anyone. Be cool about it. Do not be a rat. Members get early access to the content. I schedule the videos for the week on Saturdays, and if you're a paid member, you get access. Or if you're a paid member on YouTube, you get access to the videos when I schedule them on Saturdays, regardless of the tier that you're in. So become a member today. So it's at least for the LFAs. If you want to listen to this without me interrupting every 3.5 seconds, I will be linking it in the description down below. If you want to request a song and you're not on the live stream, check the pinned comment on this video. If you are on the live stream, let me remove the pinned comment, the pinned message. Go ahead and you can start requesting. And if you want to catch the streams when they happen live, we aim for Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. Central European time. If you are not in Europe, do not worry. We have the full up-to-date streaming schedule showing in your local time zone in both Discord and Twitch, both linked down below. So if you live in Aneth and you're like, yeah, but what time is 6 p.m. in Hungary? I don't live there. Do not worry. Just go to Discord or Twitch. They both have the schedule showing in your local time zone, both linked down below. And follow the gaming channel. I have a gaming channel because, of course, I have a gaming channel. I'm on YouTube. What else could I possibly have? Games are Basterd. That's where I put the gaming after show recordings when they happen. Recorded live on stream. We've been playing through Silent Hill F recently. We're going to be playing through Halo, a bunch of games that I need to catch up recently. From the past 20 years, that kind of stuff. Recorded live on stream, then the recordings go on the channel. Link down below, or just search on YouTube for the same username as James R. Basterd. Just swap the J for a G, and you got it. And yeah, there you go. Method sublimation, really good stuff, man. Our Tonelico music is just so fascinating. Really, really good stuff. But yeah, let's move on.